This is a big day right here. Side chick has never been at home in my garage. And that's because we're taking matters into our own hands. No more flying into California, hoping the boat is correct and right and ready to go, and then going racing. She's going to stay here. She's going to get tested. Yes, we are going to put the Sonny Leonard Hemi in this boat because that has proven to be a pretty damn reliable motor. And for you Cadillac lovers out there, we're working on the Caddy. That's right, this video is a twofer. We are going to test fit the Sonny Leonard Hemi inside chick, and we're gonna get cracking on the Cadillac. Those are the two things I care about right now. Real quick, I want to give a shout out to my boys at Red Cup Racing, OGs, because I finally made a shirt for Side Chick for me and for you. That's right, the jet boat is rocketing out of a tipped over cup of beer. Totally appropriate. You can get it right now on fsmgarage.com. Thank you for all the support. Lord knows we need it. For those of you at home that are always wondering, why do you have automotive ADHD? Why are you always jumping from one thing to another and never finishing anything to completion? Well, that's because my job is to build things for television. Yeah. So this summer, we built a lot of stuff. We built the dumpster fire for Roadkill. And then it was one thing after another. We ended up working on Blasphemy and getting that going for another episode of Roadkill. And so, you know, deadlines are deadlines. It is what it is. And that's why I have to jump around from project to project. But currently, we don't have anything happening immediately except for a toy drive at Paradise Dragway in Calhoun, Georgia. That is happening December, is it 2nd or 3rd? Whatever the Saturday is. I don't know. I'll put it in the description of the video. But we're going to be there. And we're going to bring Blasphemy, if it's back home from the West Coast in time. I think it will be. It's on a transport truck right now. And we'll bring the Rubber Duck, which has gotten some work done to it. It's coming out of the body shop here soon with an all-new engine compartment and hood, and the underpinnings are all painted after all the work we did on the Faster show. And so, yeah, those are the only really two deadlines I have right now, and which means we have time to test fit a motor in this thing, and then we're in no rush to work on this. We can't go racing till next summer. The lake is empty. We're not going to be testing this thing till springtime. So we're just going to put the Hemi in and see what it's going to take to make headers fit this thing. And then slowly over the winter, we'll do wiring, we'll do plumbing, we'll get this thing ready to go for next season. But this is the one we're focusing on. This is our winter project. And so today you're going to see us make the passenger side roll bar tube. You're going to see us hang the other turbo and then start plotting and planning the hot side and the cold side of the turbo kit, which I'm stoked about. Don't go all the way tight on that deal, because
I shouldn't get it in.
And I made this bar on bolt because I have delusions of taking the body off one more time when we're all done fabbing to actually get the rust off and paint the chassis, because it's...
That would be nice.
It's rusty already from all the times it sat outside during Faster with Finnegan shoots and it got rained on. All right, progress. The other bar is in, and I'm very happy about that. And although it's not perfect, that bar is not an exact match of this bar. The difference is so small that short of this thing sitting in the parking lot of a strip club on a Saturday night in Vegas and you standing directly in front of that bar, I think anyone would have a hard time seeing the difference. And that's the key here. I'm moving on from that bar because perfection just gets in the way of progress. And if I obsessed about that bar and made a fourth version of it, that's right, I screwed it up 3 times before I got that one in there. This car would never get done. I'd never be out there making memories with my friends. I'd also be spending even more money on chromoly tubing because, dude, that bar right there, just the tubing, $120 for that length of tubing. It's wild. So anyway, the good news is I did keep notes on how I made the turbo mount for this side. So if we take the turbo off, or if we can somehow see my hash marks written on there and compare it with the notes on the photo of my phone, I feel like we can copy this rather quickly and not spend another $120 in tubing. Yeah. So according to my notes, whoops, not that note, this note.
Next one.
According to my notes, that's an 85-degree bend. The tubing is 12 inches long at this point, and the Maven turbo mount attaches to the end of that tubing at the 3 5/8 inch mark. So if you stick your head down in there and see if you can read the numbers, if that jives with what I wrote down, we don't even have to pull this turbo off. We can just go right to bending and cutting and hanging it.
11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6,
5, 4, 3 5/8 probably?
My neck's not bending that far.
Okay. And you said you saw 11 here?
11, and then it gets cut and welded.
But how far off the 11? 12?
Yep, 1 inch.
Dude, all right. We can leave that there. We can hang my eye bolt homemade mount on that deal, dangle that over there, bend and cut, and I feel like we can knock that out on the first try.
Okay.
Yeah, first try. I feel like we got this. Let's go.
If we knock it out on the first try, I buy you corn dogs for lunch.
Oh, all right, we're getting this then. Meat on a stick. I'm in. And this is one of our Nelson Racing Engine's mirror image turbos. And just like the last time we did this, I've got a piece of steel plate here, 2 holes drilled into it, 1 nut welded to it that I can thread an eyelet bolt into to hang the turbo off of my Chinese-made engine hoist. Not that there's anything wrong with that. And we'll use the engine hoist, not Joe, to hold the turbo for long periods of time while we make sure it fits.
I woke up with cramps in my arms yesterday. Thank you very much.
There is our turbo mount going off the bottom side of the cartridge. This is the drain back hole.
So one of these.
This is where our tube is going to come in. Right from the side, it'll get welded here. Everybody at home, I managed to find the piece of tubing that I cut the old mount off. See, there's the number 13. This is nothing more than 1 inch diameter, 095 wall, seamed steel tubing. And it will be plenty strong for what we got to do here. First things first, we're going to clean it because the pickling that's on it is there to keep the tube from rusting, but it also ruins your Sharpies real fast. Then what we're gonna do is we're gonna scribe a line down this tube, a center line, that's our reference. And we're gonna then mark every inch of tube so we know where to bend it. Now the center line right now is not terribly important because we're only doing 1 bend on 1 plane. But if you were to bend this in 2 different directions or 2 different planes, then you definitely would want that reference line. Because otherwise, without the reference line, if you bent, say you bent it this direction and then you tried to bend it this direction, if you didn't have a reference line to show you which is up, you could possibly make an S shape instead of 290s if you put it in the tube bender wrong. And then I'm going to use this tool from Centurial Tools. This is a Sharpie holder with numbers on it. The numbers correspond with heights. And so you could use this, slide it along a flat surface, and it will mark a consistent straight line. So watch, this is pretty sweet. As long as you don't move the tube and you just slide the tool, this line should be straight. Boom. See that? Sweet, huh? Okay. Now we're gonna mark our tubing.
Almost threw your cool tool on the floor there, buddy.
That would be unfortunate. All right, and we know this thing needs to be 13 inches long. I'm actually going to go a little longer just in case, well, we know both of the bars are not exactly the same. And so I'll leave this a little long just in case we have to get a little creative. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. There we go. And so according to my notes, which I don't have in front of me, we're going to be cutting this right about the 3 5/8 of an inch mark and putting our Maven turbo mount right there. And this will be bent at an 85-degree angle and allegedly cut off 12 inches. And that's the perfect setup to mirror what we have over there. Let's find out, shall we?
One shot, no corn dogs.
I want the corn dogs. This is happening. Even if I have to gap the Grand Canyon weld this thing, I'm getting corn dogs. So we put the reference line straight up, put our clamp at 2 inches, tighten that down. Okay, there we go. Very nice. It's on there. Plug in our tube bender. This is the loudest tube bender ever. Boom. $60, $65, $70, $75, $80. Oh, we're so close.
You said 85, you're not there yet.
I know. It's 84. Did I really go 3 pinholes on this just to get 1 more degree? Okay, 85. We should be able to cut this at 3 5/8, cut it at 12, weld this to that, put it up in there. This should work. I'm gonna go look just in case. I'm gonna cut it a little long just in case, you know. Because I believe in the 12 number, but at what angle is the 12? That's the question. So I'm gonna cut it at 13.
Is that right?
Yeah, this is gonna be real good. I think this side is gonna have to get shortened, but we won't know until we hang a turbo over there. So let's do that next. Next stop, hang the turbo over there and stabilize it so that it's matching the angle and the distance to the firewall and the bar, and then hold this up in there and go, we got this or do we not got this? All right, first things first, let's establish our height. All right, so let's go, boom. That will give us our height. Our drain hole, or rather the eyelet bolt, should be The eyelet bolt should be 8 5/8 from the firewall. So it's gotta come, well, no, that doesn't work. That assumes the firewall's level.
Right.
That's not gonna work. All right, what we could do is 90-degree the bar to this on both sides, so that we know it's even. And then we could put the bar like just ahead of a fixed point. So like, oh, no, we do. We'll go from here, the spear to the bar.
Okay.
So,
or we could come off the back one too.
Yeah, either one. So this is just ahead of the eyelet bolt. And from the spear to this, it's 31 exactly.
Even though it's hanging on edges, Dan, it looks so cool. 2 turbos on there now.
I know, right? So now it's just a question of this way and angle.
Yeah, I can tell right now we're too close to the fender.
Okay.
It's gonna be hard to get it swung out with the tire on.
So we just need a way of verifying stuff. It needs to be that verified, and this, so we can put an angle finder on the front of that turbo to get the angle, and then we need a way to verify the distance left and right. What you see here before you is the Maven turbo mount that we got from Shearer Fab. This is our 90-degree bend piece of 1-inch round tube that we're gonna quickly tack to the mount. Then we're gonna bolt the mount back to the turbo, swing the thing back into place, and then figure out at what angle do we need to fish mouth this tube to weld this tube to our roll bar that we made yesterday. It's very complicated and simple if you think about it.
Way too much brain power for this garage.
It's off a little bit, but it's a good start. You can put that back in there and we'll test fit. Oh man, here we go. All the measuring, all the remeasuring, all the grinding, all the cutting. It's time to weld. It's time to put that turbo right there. And with any luck, when we do that, it will look very similar, but not exact, to that one.
Mirror image, I know what you're talking about.
So we used that bar stock across the fenders to establish our height. Then we used that digital angle finder to find the angle in relationship to our tube right here, which, as we know, is not exactly the same as this one, but darn close, and it's good enough for who it's for. And that angle finder, we definitely took better care of than we did the flashlight that just hit the ground, so I totally trust that thing.
What flashlight?
Exactly. Exactly. The one thing we did do was make that turbo mounting tube exactly the same as this one because we had measurements, which were hugely helpful in getting it very, very close. What?
I'll eat corn dogs for lunch.
Oh, dude. Already.
The air fryer, you're going to love them. The best ever corn dog you ever had.
I already ate lunch today, but tomorrow, for sure, I'll take the corn dogs. All right, so
Got to get this positioned again.
you use that angle finder right there to position this. And then while holding it,
I moved it.
it happens. You'll have that on these high-end jobs. So this should be at exactly 112-ish degrees, and it is. Very nice. And then we have some hash marks here. Basically, that hash mark is where this tube should line up. This hash mark should point about to where the center of the Maven mount is. And then this bolt should line up at the end, and it does, dude. The only thing left is the height still the same from the bar down to the exhaust housing. Should be 2 3/4-ish.
Cool.
2 3/4-ish. Oh, well, wait.
Close-ish.
Hopefully it doesn't get smaller because we haven't even shoved this up to the bar yet.
Yeah.
I hope it was greater than 2 3/4. I guess is what I was really trying to say.
No, my guess is.
So like if I do this, if I hold this like that.
2 3/4.
Yes! Okay, cool. So then if you set the angle and pull that up there, I can crawl under there and put some tacks on it. And then we're good.
You want me to hold that while you tack it?
Well, hold the turbo. You don't have to hold the bar. You know, hold it by the not hot part is what I'm saying.
Hey, don't expect me to hold it for too long.
Thanks, sweetheart.
Oh, I still gotta get in here.
Come on.
Give me a second. I still gotta.
Come on, we're doing our job.
I'm trying. It's hard. I'm not as flexible as I used to be. I can't get. There's a dog.
Oh, back up.
There's something hitting my head here. All right.
Hold on. Okay.
Good?
Fine. You good right there, Mike?
Yeah, you good?
Go ahead.
Okay, here we go.
Okay.
Yep. All right. It's on. It's done. Yay! We have turbo mounts. And I think they match. Are you ready?
Are you ready? Yep, let's go.
Down we go. Coming in hot. Hey, we should knock the corner of that thing off if the turbo inlet won't get past it.
No, I got it. Go down.
Will it rotate past it? The exhaust.
Down.
Yeah.
It goes to
Looks like it goes past it. Okay, cool.
almost. It stops right here.
It's
Facing
all right.
that way.
Probably don't want to go any further than that anyway. Okay.
Yeah.
All
Hold
right.
it there. I'll zap some bolts back in her. And
This is looking good. It's got some angle.
angle to the dangle.
This is looking good. Just don't strip it, whatever you do.
Go. Hang on. I don't remember how I did this last time. There. And in.
We can go.
Yeah.
I think we did it.
Yeah, I think it looks great. I think this one might be a little bit of an illusion because there's nothing behind it, and that open hole like kind of gives it like a, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it looks different, but I don't think it actually is.
No, I think it's just the way the firewall's cut and.
Yeah. It's in there, dude.
Right on.
Finally. It looks awesome. I'm stoked.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know that the brake master cylinder is going to stay there. Might put it under the floor, but I mean, dude, we can literally start building headers now. And once the headers are built, we can ship this back to Nelson. He can put it together with real parts, send it back, then we can do the cold side. And then it's wiring, plumbing, brakes.
Is he waiting for this to come back to finish it?
He's waiting on me to give him dimensions for an oil pan. He's waiting on me to come up with a solution for the fact that our dry sump oil pump is blocking our water pump.
Oh, that's right.
There's some things I need to solve here, then mail this to him. He'll assemble it.
We still got to put the mid plate in and the mounts on the frame for that. Like, there's a lot of things we can still do.
Yeah.
But I'm stoked on this because this is, I think that's just going to barely clear this.
Yeah, I noticed that too. Oh, perfect. You got plenty of room, dude.
Yes.
Plenty of room. You still get a...
That's going to look slick.
Oh, this one's too small.
That looks like 2.5.
Yeah, too small though.
Go like this. We have 3 inch at the other shop.
We have 3 inch at the shop?
Uh-huh. This makes me so happy. We did it. Look, both turbos are in and they're solid and they look pretty much the same, which makes me happy. Ready for a break.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
Big step right here.
Oh, dude. Yeah, the next time we work on this, we'll grab the box of stainless tubing that I have and these trick billet really short collectors that I think are going to be the key to getting from here to here. I think that's going to have to go like that, and then we're going to have to go down, and it's going to be a weird looking header. And then our exhaust is going to go and turn and 180 and 90 down there and then go right through the frame. Look, we worked on the Caddy again. And we're not going to stop, I promise.
Side chick and Mike Finnegan. Left lane single.
That place we raced at in the last few videos, Wild Horse Pass, is brackish water. It's basically salt water, which means if I don't rip all the stuff on this thing apart, it's never going to want to come apart. And we had a water leak, so the inside of the boat filled up with water, and it's already, that right there is corrosion. It's already wrecking stuff. So everything's got to get unbolted, removed, cleaned, and put back together. So we're going to give it a quick bath, clean what we can, and then drop the Hemi in here and see if it fits. There she is. This engine has not seen action for well over a year, maybe more. And here's what you want to know about it. That is 711 cubic inches of Sonny Leonard Hemi Chevy goodness. And it begins with a Brodix 5-inch bore space aluminum block, which is essentially a Big-Block Chevy block, and then Sonny's own cast aluminum Hemi head design. And it has a massive deck height of over 11 inches. It has a huge bore of 4.700 inches. It has a 5.120 inch stroke. It has a daily dry sump oil pan with a built-in dry sump oil pump that bolts to the pan, not to a front motor plate. And the cool thing about that is the scavenge sections go right into the pan, so you don't have a lot of additional hoses like you saw us install on Blasphemy's dry sump system. It has CP pistons, a Sonny Bryant crankshaft, T&D shaft rockers, Jezel belt drive system. The engine maybe has 2 hours of runtime on it total. And on pump gas, this made 1,275 horsepower at 7,300 RPM. On boost, I have no idea what it made when it was in the boat. And this is the throttle body that you guys probably never saw, but this is what was on it when we dynoed it at Sonny's place on the engine dyno on pump gas. And so this is what I'm going to be putting back onto it. We'll make our own scoop tray. The original scoop for side chick will go on it. And then we're probably going to put nitrous nozzles in the billet intake and use a dry nitrous system with the EFI system to enrich in it. No more carburetors. So yeah, the boat is going to go EFI. And I've been told, and I do believe this, that even though this is a 5-inch bore space Chevy block, the dimensions externally should be the same. The bore centers, which is the distance from the center of one bore to the next, are spread apart, which gives you more meat between the cylinders and a thicker cylinder liner. Those are spread out, but front to back, it should be the same, which means all of these cool billet motor plates that Andy Rawls, this guy's machined, that were on the motor and side chick. You remember that motor, the really unreliable 632 Big-Block Chevy? This stuff should bolt on this motor. And we're gonna find that out right now, whether it works. And if it does, then we're gonna see how much room we have between these giant cylinder heads and the gunnels of the boat, because that will be, I think, one of the larger issues is, can we build a nice looking set of headers that actually fits in here and looks cool? So, Joe cleaned the boat up using some bling sauce and some hot sauce and all the other sauce from the Bling line of products. So it is clean enough now that I feel good about putting that motor in this boat. Let's do it. One of the things that does make me sad about switching motors is we had a really nice set of polished stainless steel headers on that 632. But what we didn't have was reliability. Nothing about that engine combo was reliable. Every single race, something went wrong with the valve train, and frankly, I'm over it. It took the fun out of it. You know, a lot of Monday morning quarterbacks like to sit at home and go, yeah, you're always rushing, you're always in a hurry, you never do anything right, you always blow up engines. The truth of the matter is, I never blew up that Chevy, not once. Did we, as a team, or me, myself, break that engine? We showed up, we tried to race it, the thing was just unreliable. So I'm over it, we're moving on. This is the new Bullet, as long as everything fits. And this one has been very reliable.
It's gonna work.
It's gonna work.
I have faith.
Me too. And it'll look cool.
A whole bunch of pike up.
Yeah, that exhaust is gonna be funky, I have a feeling.
It's gonna work.
Help me. Help me. There we go. I can't film and work the thing and work the thing. Help me, Tom Cruise. Boom.
711 inches of pure goodness.
Now, let's pull the starter off because I don't know if it'll fit in there with the motor rails. Grab it. I'll unbolt it.
Yep, go ahead.
All right. All right, and now we install our motor plates.
Here's test number 1.
Oh, it's gonna work. The bell housing is standard. It's the front to back distance that will be interesting. See? Look at that. Oh! Those are extra long dowels. Just kick it.
Yeah. Oh, that's why we need to file this down. There's like counterlock marks on it, dude.
I would use the little belt sander thing.
Yeah. Yeah, we got teeth marks here.
Yeah, just use the belt sander. I tried to remove those at one point, and it didn't go so well. I remember I was trying to get the dowels out of this to put in the mock-up engine in the Caddy to make the mid-plate. And these things are pretty much welded in there, and I was like, well, you're staying. You're staying. There you go. Nice. All right. Might be able, I was gonna say, we might be able to modify this, except it runs right over the bolt right
Yeah.
So now we're gonna have to modify this.
A whole lot.
Bomber.
Yeah. That's okay. We can modify it and send it back to this guy I know. Make it brand new. It's just like it.
Or just black Sharpie after we modify it.
Such the Finnegan way.
Oh, this is gonna hurt my heart. So essentially, this is a really, really beautiful CNC machined motor plate that Andy Rawls of Rawls Precision Machine in Santee, California, made for this boat. So for those of you that don't know, this is a 2016 all carbon fiber Cheyenne jet boat that Andy's company essentially rigged the whole thing. And it's beautifully done. Everything has been lightened as much as you can lighten it while keeping the strength. And unfortunately, this is machined for a different timing cover that I have. My timing cover doesn't have enough meat in it to clearance the timing cover, so I now have to go back and clearance this, which sucks because when I do this, yes, it's going to fit and we're going to get it back in the boat, but it isn't going to be as nice as it used to be. Because essentially, this is how much material can be left onto it. Basically, all this has to come off. Real close to it anyway. Which sucks.
Ouch.
Because I'm about to clearance it on the disc sander and then clean it up with some other tools I have. It will not look the same. Sorry, Andy. Oh, it hurts me as much as it hurts you, I know. Right now, Andy's at home watching this video going, why didn't you just tell me how to push the button and spit out another one? Because Andy can legit, he has this in his computer, he can legit go in there and just program any radius real quick, spit one out. But that's not here, that's not now, that's not today. And yeah, the boat's not gonna run today, but by doing this today, I won't spend the next 2 weeks of my life wondering, does the motor fit? That's what happens at night, I wonder things, then I don't sleep, and I don't sleep until I pull things together. I need sleep, so I'm gonna grind the crap out of it. That looks so bad, right?
I think I'm going to throw up right now.
Now, the other way to look at this is not that I've destroyed this or mangled it. I've modified it, and then Andy can use this as a template. Right?
Correct.
Right.
Correct. Did you get enough? Bueno?
I think so.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's a nice tight fit.
All right. And for those of you at home that were worried about it, i.e. Andy, it's like it never happened, bro.
Anodizing. This is at home anodizing.
This is hard anodizing. That's the new thing that everybody likes. Hard anodizing? That's what we got here. It's hard to do this stuff at home.
Especially when you're using an old magic marker.
Yes. Wow, if I bolt this back on, nobody will ever know. This is how I touch up the paint on Blasphemy, too. I had a transport guy try to back Blasphemy into the transport truck instead of driving it up forward. And it slid, and he spun the tires, and it slid, and the quarter panel went right into the side of his transport truck. Ugh. It was on its way to SEMA, and he was kind of stressed out about it. I was like, bro, I got this. Busted out the Sharpie, fixed it. Nobody knew. See, look. Watch this.
Can't even tell now.
It goes on there.
Perfect.
Chip Foos, get at me. Got you, dog. Yeah, this, I think if we 45 it, it might work. Otherwise, it'll have to be a 45 O-ring to get through here. Because on the other motor, the dry sump pump was here, I think. Yeah. Or the hose was.
The dry
It'll
sump
be interesting
pump.
to see if this clears the...
well, the other motor, the dry sump pump, was bolted to here.
Yeah.
So.
All right, let me grab some washers.
I mean, we could technically have Andy make another one where this is cut more here. You know what I mean? And then it doesn't have to have this big opening here.
Well, it still does because the hose has to come through here. So
I understand, but it does. But there's a lot here that we can take out to clearance it.
I'll take it out. You've seen how I do. Got it. Nobody will know. Yeah, we just go, whoa, and then the same hose fits right through there.
Yeah.
Okay, we're there.
In there?
We are there.
All right.
We'll just do a little touch-up paint before we go to final install. The important part when you do this is to make sure you hit the very edge so nobody knows that you cut it.
Finnegan Specialized Coating Products.
45-degree angle, that's what you want. Once you've got the edge, then just go ham on it. I might have got some oil on it. My Sharpie's dead.
Oh, there you go. It's coming back.
We're back. Once people see this, they're going to be like, yo, I want that guy to pinstrap my car. I'll be like, you don't want those kind of problems. Trust me, bro.
See, you really don't have to use the oven in the house and piss your wife off when you want to coat things or stuff like that. You know, they make these in black, orange, gold, silver,
Red, blue. Okay. Think of all the time and money we just saved.
And the agony of pissing off your wife when you use the oven in the house.
Yeah, wait till she sees I use one of our toothbrushes to clean the boat with. Those hard to reach areas. I don't need any more grief beyond that. All right. Go.
Nice. Yep.
Okay, a little update for you guys right here. One of the unique things about this boat is the fact that it's all carbon fiber and it's very light. Well, a byproduct of it being so light is that the motor is mounted very far forward in the boat, trying to balance everything in the boat along with the center of gravity, in mind. Because the motor is mounted so far forward, our engine hoist doesn't want to reach when trying to load the motor in from the rear. So now we're going to try to come in from the side, and that's going to be difficult, but not impossible. I feel like we can make this happen. I think our Chinese engine hoist will still not let us down. It's gonna work. Plot thickens. Coming in from the side, it's definitely helpful, except we're up against the tire and the engine is still not in the boat. It's also too far back. If we move the hoist legs on this side of this front tire, then it's too far forward. So I think what we have to do is take that tire off, then we'll be able to get closer and in the right position to install the Sonny Leonard Hemi into side check. All right, so hoist back out. We'll pull the wheel. Okay. Now we can put this wherever we want.
Let me go forward more.
Okay, we got it over the gunnel, and we are ready to finish dropping it in. I think it's gonna make it in there. And in a moment here, we'll know how well this fits or doesn't. All right,
Ready?
yep. Okay, I'm up against the pillow block. Go ahead. Okay.
You're not on the stringers over there?
I am. And I'm up against the pillow box, dude. Try some clears.
We got room. We can make this work. That's not bad.
Dude, that looks sick.
Yeah.
Oh, this makes me so happy. We're back, baby.
Oh, dude.
No way.
I think we have enough between the gunnel, though, to do a normal header.
Yeah, and I'd rather do a normal header. It looks cooler.
Yeah.
Yeah. But if you really wanted to, if you wanted to go boating this weekend, you could cut the collector off this and just put another collector on it, and you'd be out there.
Yeah.
It's legit. This is how far away this is. Change the fuel pump to a high pressure one for the EFI.
Uh-huh.
Put the front mount distributor on. You could bolt these headers on, fire this up, and go boating. That's how easy the swap is. Because the 5-inch bore space block is pretty much the same as the old 4.84 Chevy stuff. That is cool. But I'm with you. Let's build our own cool set of headers that comes out and goes big old 4.5-inch cannon, 5-inch, big stuff. Look at that. It's in, fits. Motor mounts were almost perfect. Plenty of room between our daily dry sump oil pump and the boat. All kinds of room between the oil pan and the boat. And because essentially that's a Big-Block Chevy block,
everything else back here will work. Our drive shaft, it will all line up again. And the most important part, we have a good amount of room between the gunnel and the exhaust port for building header primary tubes. And you guys know how much I like building headers, so you'll get to see that here on a future episode of Finnegan's Garage.